Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon, and I'm just looking at a typical GA game. I see a lot of attack aircraft in games who don't really know kind of what they should be aiming for, and I think this is a good opportunity just to give you a basic overview of what the goal is. So, we're on Harbor, I'm in the BSH-2, and you meet the enemy right away, and so I take this opportunity to get on the tail of an opposing GA and start gunning him down. A lot of the GA just pass each other by without any incident. They don't really shoot at each other, they just kind of wave to each other. Don't do that. It's a great time to get some guns on target. Once you're behind an enemy GA, typically they can't outrun you or outturn you, so you can basically kill them. You can also try a bunch of different things. You can actually bomb an opposing ground attack aircraft. If your aim is decent, you can also use rockets. Typically launch the rocket when you're about 1,500 meters away. Launch just a couple of them going head on. That's going to be great. You can also launch a rocket as you shoot at them. But getting an enemy GA out of the way early is going to be something that's going to be incredibly helpful and doesn't take a lot of time. If there's anyone else that chooses to fly in front of your guns, by all means, shoot them. Now, there is a break in the action in terms of there's not really a lot of planes around me, so I get to the basic idea of going to attack some ground targets. But again, somebody's in front of me. It doesn't take much time, and I reduce that BF-110C6's HP down by about 60% for very little effort on my part at all. And then again, go back to the ground targets. Now I've picked up a tail and you have to decide what you want to do. I put a bomb on the AA gun because I hoped I could catch the enemy as well, but that was not the case. You want to hug the ground low. If the enemy is directly behind you and shooting, that's actually going to take them a very long time to gun you down, because when the enemy is directly behind you, look at the plane how it is now on the screen. You're offering the smallest area possible to get hit. When you're in a tight banked turn, you're basically offering a broadside to the enemy. So get really low to the ground. This prevents them from getting a good angle on you above. And either try to make your way to teammates, try to make your way around hills, try to be useful. You have a limited opportunity to make a difference in the game once somebody's on your tail, and you have to make the most of that difference. Another thing that you can do, I typically will save a bomb or two even if it's the late game, simply because you don't have a lot of options when there's someone behind you. So when there's a guy behind you in the end game, you can extend the flaps, cut the throttle, and then view behind you, snap to target or view directly behind you, and when the enemy is about 200 meters, let the bomb go. And hopefully you can catch him before he either rams you or flies over you. So I'm going to finish the game with 6 ground targets destroyed and 1 plane downed. It's not the most spectacular game by any means, but it's just meant to emphasize that you can play a variety of roles. Don't try to do all one thing or all another thing. The GA are not dogfighters. Do not go into a GA and just spend your time dogfighting. They're not just limited to attacking ground targets. If something flies in front of you, shoot it. Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting.